Ladies and gentlemen across the galaxy, buckle down because today we got some good news to be excited for. It's something we need. We're over 33% into the new year of 2020. Nothing significant has happened for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. But to get us started, Gary's prepared a song that has a high likelihood of getting copyright claimed, but who cares? Gary, hit it! Ooh. I know you guys know this song. Come on, guys, get a little loose for me. Because today we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna get excited about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. It looks to be the next era that Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is gonna be working on. Is none other than The Mandalorian. I hope you guys are ready to buckle down. Have yourself a good time. But you know, real quick, we gotta sing the song to the masses. Da 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 da. Sing it! Ba 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 ba. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this topic on the road. Earlier today, Pimpo reached out to me. He's our community modding expert. If you need help with modding, go ahead and check him out. He messaged me today while I was busy crunching some numbers, finding the next rebel vessel to dominate. And he's like, Arnold, you gotta check this out ASAP. And I dropped what I was doing. A rebel vessel can wait for this news. The App Store for the Google or the Google Play App Store for some people right now is starting to show the Mandalorian artwork. Whew, man, my heart's fluttering. It's funny. The other day during a live stream, someone actually asked me, hey, if there's no character you can add right now, what could it be? And I have a long list. Darkseid, Anakin, yada, yada. The list goes on and on and on. I was like, you know what I really want right now? I want Mandalorian characters to come to the game. If I had to pick a character to come, and it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, that is exactly what is to come in the near future. We have some other hints in the game that were given to us, it seems like, leading to what is coming to Galaxy of Heroes. So we're going to break down what the devs have said in the past, and then what we know right now, because this information is pretty public right now. A lot of people on Reddit are discussing. They're seeing the artwork as well. It seems to be also that at one of our data miners, we have a lot of community data miners. Big shout out to them. You guys know SDT Barbarossa. They were responsible for helping us get information about the Galactic Legends events, the character requirements, as well as the gearing requirements before Capital Games even put it out. So I got to give a big shout out to our data miners out there. And today we're giving a shout out to SIGSIG. They're a part of SWGOH events.com. Check them out. They always kind of have when the events are going to pop up and stuff like that. If you need someone to help you keep track of the events in Galaxy of Heroes, like the credit heist, yada, 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 when's a legendary returning. And they were able to pull this up, and it seems like they have a little bit of information in regards to what style of event that the Mandalorian could be in. Now, the style event seems to be up in the air, but it does seem like that this is probably going to be updated, or we're probably getting a post about what is to come for Galaxy Heroes. I wrote ahead, if I had to guess, probably sometime tomorrow or Friday, and they think that probably next week we're going to get the actual update for the Mandalorian content. We might be a week away from the Mandalorian coming to Galaxy of Heroes. So shout out to SIGSIG and all these other data miners doing some great stuff, and it does lead to another conversation. What type of alignment he's going to be with? Is he a dark side, light side character? We'll break all that stuff down. But really, we've been kind of waiting since the State of the Galaxy dress, where they showcased their artwork for the Galactic Legends event, and they were saying that the next thing that they have for us is going to cover the next era of Galaxy of Heroes, and it's something we all have been asking for, and we all ask for a lot of things in Galaxy Heroes. Mace Windu, sandbox mode, yada, yada, yada. The list goes on and on and on. Mandalorian content is definitely up there as well. We talked about that as well. Something that I think a good majority of people have been wanting to see. So it looks like, based on the artwork, this might be what they're talking about in this State of the Galaxy dress back in March that they put out. And this is a question that people have been asking over and over and over again in Galaxy of Heroes. I want to refer back to November 1st. This is the last time I recall them talking about Mandalorian content. Someone asked back then, do you have any plans to support the new Mandalorian show? I would love to see a few more Bounty Hunters kits added to the game. And Top Hat responded, not at the moment, potentially next year, no promises. And this is over 6 months ago. November 1st is when this happened. So 6 months ago was the last time to talk about the Mandalorian show. And I can always bet your bottom dollar that they were already starting to work on stuff. Capital Games, usually how it seems like the vaguer they are, the more likely something's to happen. Don't go by that exact science, but they were very vague here. They didn't shut down the fact that the Mandalorian's never going to happen. They would have been fools
if they skipped out on Mandalorian content, because it's some of the most successful Star Wars material, I think, in quite a long time for the franchise. So it looks like they're going to give us that Mandalorian content way before season 2 happens of the Mandalorian, which should be happening later on fall 2020. So 6 months later, it looks like this is going to become a reality. We're waiting for a road ahead blog post, State of the Galaxy, something to outline the next couple months of Galaxy of Heroes. I don't know if Mandalorian's going to be solely the topic of the next 3 months. I have a feeling some other stuff might happen as well. Usually during a period of 3 months, they sometimes blend a couple things together at once, but there's a good chance there's plenty of content in the Mandalorian to kind of make a bunch of characters off. It's just between random minions to supporting characters to leading characters. We can talk a little bit about that. I definitely have a big list of characters that I want to get myself in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So what else can we work on right now? So besides this right here, the App Store starting to update. I believe if you're in the UK, you're probably starting to see this icon come up for the App Store. Check it out, but it looks like it's probably going to be something that casually starts rolling out. But again, coming back to this for a moment, Capital Games wouldn't update the artwork of this and not have the character on the label. Not in the game. We saw it when the Han Solo movie came out. We had the Han Solo characters on there. Normally there's like a Darth Vader and Yoda. Those characters in the game. Mandalorian's not in the game just yet, so I think this is our big hit that something is coming very shortly. I would expect probably tomorrow or Friday, we're going to get the forum post talking more in detail about the stuff. But hopping over to the game, looking at IG-88. Now, there's been a login award that IG-88 was a part of. Now, we know that login awards usually mean what does it come? We're still waiting on the Luminara Unduli thing to pan out, because as we had a great discussion on Luminara Unduli and the Galactic Republic Jedi, people are getting Ki-Adi-Mundi. There's nothing really you can do with them because you need a full Galactic Republic team to take full advantage of Ki-Adi-Mundi, and nothing's to happen. I still do believe we're going to be getting some Galactic Republic Jedi love, probably some more Clone Wars love in the future. Maybe that's what's going to be blended in with the Mandalorian. Maybe we're going to have a month of Mandalorian, 2 months of Clone Wars. Maybe that's what they're shooting after. But this month, we had the IG-88 login award. Now, before all this lovely stuff came out today with the screenshot artwork and the App Store artwork and whatnot, I was like, I want it to be the Mandalorian. But of course, IG-88 represents a bunch of things. IG-88 could represent the bounty hunters again from the original trilogy. Remember, a couple years ago, we had original trilogy bounty hunters, and there are a couple more original trilogy bounty hunters that they could add. But deep down inside, I was like, I want this to be the Mandalorian. And it seems like that IG-88 was probably going to be our hint that IG-11 from the Mandalorian is coming to Galaxy of Heroes. Definitely some relationship in terms of the type of droids. They're both IG units. I love the IG-11 from the Mandalorian. We all know how that ending worked, that classic Terminator style ending. So there's a very good chance that Capital Games, they made IG-88 the login award to kind of hint Mandalorian content is coming. And IG-11 is probably going to be one of those characters to come to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Obviously, I think the thing we're basically guaranteed based on the artwork is the Mandalorian's coming. I think we can kind of settle that argument. Did you hear that, Gary? Mandalorian coming to Galaxy of Heroes. But then we have IG-11 login award. That would happen probably. I would suspect at the minimum that Capital Games, kind of like, when we had the Han Solo movie, which I rewatched, and actually it's a lot better than I recall it being. One thing I'm probably guessing they're doing is going to probably release like the Prepared Squad from the Han Solo movie and do the same thing for the Mandalorian. Release the core Mandalorian squad, which includes IG-11, which includes as well the Mandalorian as well, and then Cara Dune, our favorite little Ugnaught, and then maybe, who knows, Baby Yoda, Grief Kargas. There's a lot of characters that they can add to give you a full Mandalorian team. Man, that would be pretty awesome. I'm not going to get my hopes up that they're going to be releasing every single one of those characters. I just want at the minimum, at least they're going to add Mandalorian. I hope they give us a Baby Yoda. If they don't give a Baby Yoda, the child, big missed opportunity. But of course, there's some other things they could add. Again, if they could stretch this out to a full quarter of Mandalorian content. If that's what they're going to do, I am down for that. Hopefully they add other actual game modes as well, so we can actually use the characters, because lately I've been trying to find a place to play my characters, and there's no place to use it except waiting for a 20-minute Grand Arena every couple days. But there's a lot of other stuff. We know there's a lot of minions. There's a lot of henchmen that work for Grief Kargas, for example, but also the Empire. We saw a lot of Death Troopers. We saw a lot of Stormtroopers. I don't know if they're going to get reworks, but there's also, they could probably add a Scout Trooper. There's Scout Troopers in Mandalorian, and we know we got a big bad Imperial that they could be adding. All right, Los Pollos Hermanos, friend, if you are my Breaking Bad watchers out there, there's a lot of stuff that they could add to Galaxy of Heroes. I would more than welcome anything that they're going to bring in. There's a lot of Empire content that they could be adding. I know the Empire, compared to a lot of other factions in the game, it's definitely one of those more underappreciated factions in the game. It's definitely probably the bottom 25% of loved factions in this game in terms of content supporting this. So if they added a couple more Imperials, maybe rework the Stormtrooper, Death Trooper, and had it work with Los Pollos Hermanos, maybe that's something they could work on. But at the minimum, I'm not gonna shoot too far. Let's not take an inch and take it for a mile. At the minimum, ladies and gentlemen, I am fully expecting at least an IG-88 or IG-11 Mandalorian Baby Yoda. I think that's probably the core trio that we can expect. You know, let's axe the Baby Yoda. I don't want to get you guys too excited. At the minimum, I'm expecting the Mandalorian and IG-11. But of course, there's Queel, Cara Dune, Baby Yoda, Grief Kargas. That's kind of your core crew for the Mandalorian. Could this be a legendary event? I know the other day we spoke with one of the biggest Jawa experts, the biggest Jawa fanatics, our boy, the heartthrob of the Outer Rim. We talked to Urzatron about whether or not this could be a legendary event. The Mandalorian came to the game. We talked about this a week ago. It's kind of funny how this is already kind of starting to become a realization. Could the Jawas be needed in any sort of way? I'm hoping the Mandalorian isn't going to be locked. You know, it's funny. You know, the situation's kind of changing there. I said I'd be fine if it was a Gear 13 Jawa event or whatever, just and rework the Jawas so that they are a viable faction, kind of like maybe Ewoks or something like that. You know, with looking in hindsight, I'm hoping that the Mandalorian is going to be a character that the masses can get, and that's where a marquee has its pluses. Everyone's going to get a 3-star character. I believe you have to be like level 80 at least to access the marquee events. Maybe it's a little lower, maybe a little higher, but at least at the minimum, you can unlock the Mandalorian and you can use him at 3 stars. Right now, more than ever, we need less whale food content and something at least free-to-play friendly, and maybe a hybrid. And that's where marquees are. If marquees are a hybrid between free-to-play content, you can have the character, start using them, have fun, put a smile on your face. And for lower-end players, you know, a 3-star character is more than enough for a while. And then marquee characters can also be whale food. People are going to whale out on them, get them to 7 stars, Gear 13 them, relic them out of their minds. So right now, more than ever, I'm hoping the Mandalorian bridges those two together, because this whole beginning part of the year has been some of the most expensive pay-to-play content, or not even content, pay-to-play events for the Galactic Legends, and it's stuff that people aren't going to be able to access for a long time. I need something now to get our community excited. A character that can bridge us all together, and that could be the Mandalorian. It's hard to say what he's going to do. We could speculate just a little bit more in this video, man. I'm just absolutely pumped. What can the alignment be for the Mandalorian? Light side, dark side? I think a lot of us would agree. At the minimum, I would think he's going to be a light side oriented character, but there could be an argument to be made that he's going to be a neutral character. We've been seeing the neutral tag come up a bit more. A while ago, we saw what a neutral Gear 13 relic looks like. If you remember, if you've done the separatist, the one of the assault battles, you get that little shield droid, and it had a grayish type of relic icon. It wasn't light blue, it wasn't red at all, it wasn't glowing any of those colors. It was a whole different color in the middle. So I know there's people that's like it's either black or white. I disagree. I think some characters kind of fall in this weird medium. You know, they're just kind of trying to make their way about and just trying to make a quick cash grab. But I don't know if Mandalorian would fall in that category. I would think if they had to pick a black or white, it'd be a light side type of character. But man, whatever the case may be, we got something to get excited for, ladies and gentlemen. I'm thinking it's going to come out soon. Later on this week, we'll probably get the news. We're waiting for that road ahead. State of the Galaxy, whatever they want to make it. We got to know what's happening for this game. As I said, we are already pretty deep into the new year, and we haven't really gotten anything to get people excited. All these other games are doing stuff for their community. They're pushing out lots of new characters, game modes, and I'm sitting here with my love of Star Wars. I'm like, please, Capital Games, you're my only hope. Let's get this game moving, get the chains going, and I hope you guys are just as excited as I am today. Like the video if you did enjoy. Are you excited for Mandalorian content? What are you hoping at the minimum they're going to do for us for this lovely era? And do you think they're going to do some other stuff in this next quarter? I want to think they're going to do a hybrid of a couple things, but the Mandalorian is definitely something a lot of people have been asking for. Like, comment down below, and subscribe so you're not missing a thing, and supporting the Empire. And I'll see you lovely people, hopefully for the next big news video. See you guys later. Woo!